probably a little bit late in the morning since you guys had you needed to recover, and your rest was interrupted. But yeah, I guess the first question is, are you guys making camp? Or are you going to stay in the awful farmhouse?
I call the
full
dead
of
guy's room.
People. You looted the guy's room?
I just call his room. Sleep in his room.
Oh, you call his room. Gotcha. Okay.
I guess we're staying here. I mean, it probably would be good to make sure that more of them don't die suddenly.
In the consecrated room. So what causes this sort of malfeasance? Do you think they did some sort of horrible evil, or have they been cursed?
Well, I think there is a malefactor involved, and one foreign to them too. Definitely no one in the local area. But who would just come to some random farm and just start murdering?
That's a good question.
What would they have against these people? I mean, we've been through the whole place, and there doesn't seem to be anything unnecessarily untowards here.
Well, there also was a general malaise that had fallen across the city of Triskellion. Don't think it didn't escape my notice. So, it could be. I mean, I'm just speculating here. I don't want to be that kind of person who profiles it just because someone's mother is the greatest necromancer of all time.
Those are just rumors. That couldn't possibly be. They're aristocracy. They're better than that. Certainly.
And that he's thrown in with the worldly and venal De La Vega, that perhaps, I mean, also being a person of medieval mindset, that the health of your rulers is also the health of the nation, that perhaps a corruption that has set deep within the roots of the Rinaldi has come forward and infected the land. So really, I believe I speak for everyone when I say we should abolish monarchy.
I don't know. I, for one, find there's freedom in not having to make choices for myself.
Would that really change regardless of who's in charge?
I don't know. Then I'd probably be expected to make choices about who's in charge, which itself would be a choice.
Ah, true. Even a non-choice is still a choice, isn't it?
Yes. I get a rush from hearing that.
Well, as far as choices today, well, I've at least stretched, I've had a little puff of noted weed, and I'm ready to start heading north.
Wait, you've had noted weed this whole time? You've been holding out?
What? We shared a whole bunch back in Harrogate. I still have it. These bricks are huge.
How do you still have it? It's like 2 weeks later.
I bought 2 bricks of it.
Well, praise the divine.
He saves his butts and makes them last.
You see, if you just go ahead and reuse it 6 or 7 days in a row, once it's fully ashen, you really get the full use out of it.
So this is like stems and crap. All right.
I have no idea what the rate of it going away was, so I just bought 2 and said that'll probably last as long as we're around.
Well,
don't worry. I am not going to be militant or I'm not going to get on your case about the rate at which your character smokes pot.
Right, until I give it away as a gift, it's probably still around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we do have a bit of a trail north to kind of follow. Sir Connor, if you're willing to do so. I understand getting all of these mail delivered and getting home is important, but so is helping these people, to me at least.
Yes. Combating the undead is also important. Although I may not have the ways and means that you do, I do have the willingness.
Indeed, you have the light within your heart. But now do you have it in your feet today? I don't want to see anyone complaining this time about, we've been going for hours, or, I need a rest. I'm an old man, and you guys can't keep up. He says, being 20-something.
All we have to do is get to Eloge, and we'll be set. Look, it's moving.
It's moving. Yeah, I know. You guys are making time. We're gonna say that as you travel north, that Lael seems to pick up what could be a trail of this individual. He seems maybe not 100% confident, but he's trying to show that he knows what he's doing, and every now and then he will stop and say, like, no, this is certainly I've got the scent. We keep heading this way. The rest of the day passes as you march your way through, once again, just more flat, mainly featureless farmlands, large swaths of crops. But other than that, mostly a featureless horizon. Oh no, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
Corn, as far as the eye can see, is incredibly boring, may I tell you.
Ooh. Yeah. Once or twice you think that you spot farmers in the distance, and you kind of like veer away, trying to stay out of eyesight and out of earshot. And for the most part, you manage to make progress without running into any head-on trouble. And as the afternoon wears on, and you can tell that evening is approaching, suddenly Lil gets very excited. He says, like, "Oh no, this is it. It's much stronger here. Hold on." And he will rush ahead. And what he discovers looks to be, or have been, a campsite. This campsite was made against a small collection of. There's a what seems to be a pond, and around the edge of the pond, some trees have sprouted up, and it looks like someone had used the shelter of these trees and set up a small campfire. Although, as you catch up with Lael, you can tell that this campfire hasn't been used for at least a day. The ashes are cold. But Lael says, like, "This is it, the deer. He was here." And he's sniffing around on all fours, quite invested in what he's doing. And while you guys are looking around for any kind of traces as to who had been staying here, you can hear behind you the clopping of not really clopping, I guess, but the sound of a mount.
Thudding, I suppose, with the weight of those
thudding.
Things.
Yeah.
They have clawed feet.
They have clawed feet,
Like
right?
birds
So
running. Well, it has clawed feet as a destrier, which means, like, holy crap.
But what's the onomatopoeia for the sound that they make? Talons on ground.
Jurassic.
Insert the Jurassic Park roar here.
Scraping.
Scraping, that would be
scraping's good. I like that. Okay. Okay. It is actually not a it is not a destrier, it is a courser.
it. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
For those who can't afford destriers and would prefer a creature of more substance than a genet, the courser is a name applied to many of the breeds of war mount founded in Calabria. They can't be trained as well as other. Yeah, war mount. They don't. They can't be trained as well as other more refined breeds, but they don't cost as much. Okay, so you can hear the sound of a large courser approaching. And as you turn to look, you can see that mounted atop it is a bear of some great stature, wearing armor that has obviously been smithed in the of Wardepois lands, and carrying a banner of a minor of Wardepois House of Nobility. You can see at this
Connor's thing. Do you recognize the colors?
Connor, yeah, you would recognize this as.
See, do I have the ability to recognize colors?
I don't know.
might. Like the world's most remote sense, I might. Let's see. Nope.
Oh, you're colorblind, kid.
No, I just don't
You
know
don't
it.
see
I mean, I
color.
recognize Habitable, but it's a minor house. Look, if it's not Triskellion, who cares?
Right? I mean, that's
If we
where all the
abolish
action is.
monarchy, we wouldn't have to worry about it.
I think even without monarchy, you might occasionally have to ask, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I now need to figure out how to pronounce this name. Ecorkia?
Ecorche?
Ecorche? Yeah, I could see that.
It's
Ecorche,
ECORCHE, right?
Theurs. But yeah.
Oh, like a shoe.
Ecorchu?
Well, we actually have that. Don't they have
Let's
that
go
thing now that pronounces French words for you?
I mean, I'm sure it exists on the internet. That would be very handy to have.
Yeah, I think it's called a Frenchman.
Damn, where are they when you need one? Okay, cool. So you can see Connor, I mean, Anushka has trouble with this, but Connor, you're familiar with this banner. It is of the Ecorchu, which is how I am going to choose to pronounce it. A minor house of nobility within the Avoirdupois, but one that has been around for many years and has established themselves. This bear approaches, and you can see that she has drawn her sword, and in a demanding tone will shout, "Ha! I found you, now lay down your arms. I promise that you will be dealt with by the letter of the Avoirdupois law, and if you are found guilty, then S'Alumer have mercy on your souls."
Perhaps this is merely a leap of logic, but I can tell perhaps that you too are a witch hunter, and perhaps after the very same that we are. As you can tell by my by my piety, we are, of course, good souls and after the good of others. We have been chasing someone who has recently caused disaster to a village to the south. A deer by observation and by smell, and they had recently camped here.
And Connor will introduce himself. Bow, of course, as you do to those of the nobility. I'm Connor Levere de Ecrivis of Fermarage. What are you accusing me of?
Oh, okay. So yes, I'm going to say that she didn't take notice of Connor right away, and now that she has, she will address only him as she replies. Although that was some good negotiating as well, there, Doctor. But yes, this seems to slow her up a bit, and she says, "Sir Connor, well, I come here tracking a necromancer, a fiend who has been plaguing these lands, and I demand to know what it is that you have, why you have associated yourself with these villains who are so obviously guilty of these crimes. I have been on the trail for many days now, and finally I have caught you. So, yeah, she seems convinced that the doctor, I think specifically in his robes, is her target there.
I guess to be fair, I'm also wearing heavy metal armor.
My lady, none of us wear the black robes. What, pray tell, tells you that they are necromancers? I have known these men for quite a long time. This is a priest of Salamer, very much opposed to the undead. This is a lanky, white-furred thing that likes to punch people. Definitely not a necromancer. He would rather kill zombies and make them. And this is a very good friend of mine, Anushka, the messenger.
He recognized.
None of us wear the black robes.
Yeah, we're not necromancers. This guy's not even an apostate.
Okay.
And I can certifiably prove that I am not, as you are certainly of the right-handed path and I am of the left.
So, this bear. Well, first of all, she needs to introduce herself to Connor. She, when Connor, you introduce yourself, she refers to herself as Madame Bina, Bina, and of House. Oh no, Econchu. I needed to have written that down. What is wrong with me? But yeah,
I would have forgotten it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it down. Okay. But yeah, she seems like single-minded and determined. However, you notice a few moments later as you're having this conversation that an out-of-breath rabbit who is dressed in the clergy's robes comes up beside her and taps her on the leg, and in an out-of-breath exultation will say like, my lady, please, it is true what they're saying. Necromancers often don robes of black. It's quite unlikely that any of these individuals were involved, my lady. Perhaps they speak the truth. And at this, she will consider it and say, all right, then. You say that you too were tracking someone, a deer, and you believe that this individual is the necromancer that I seek. What proof have you?
We were just down south where they had caused disaster, and on investigating the area, we had
What was
been
the name of
following
that
their
town?
trail. I think it's a know-nothing, no-name town, so probably by the only name of whoever was there, which seems to be the raccoons, honestly.
They don't have no names. Everyone names their town.
It wasn't a town. It was really just like a farm. It
It's
was
a
like
commune. What was the name of the
Someone's
commune?
commune.
you guys, you just can't
It's
leave
an
one
Marcus
alone.
Nicholas commune.
Yeah.
Well, the raccoon commune.
We're gonna call it Golden Meadows is the name that they
Yeah.
used to refer to their commune. Golden Meadows.
Yeah.
And I gotta write that down too. Can't make anything easy.
Golden Meadows. Welcome to
Yep.
Golden Meadows. We are not a cult.
Yep.
We promise we're not a cult or a retirement home.
We had come from Golden Meadows following the trail, and we've noticed that there's we connected this trail to the disaster itself. It seems to be a foreigner to that area, and this appears to have been their campsite. We are very hot on the trail, and they are undoubtedly close, at least within a day. And they seem to have a most peculiar method of invoking their undead and havoc upon others. They appear to use a variety of ticks, which I don't think I've seen before. Perhaps they have some creativity to their darkness.
At this, the bear scoffs and is basically just like, it seems beneath her to even listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, I'm addressing this to the rabbit.
But the rabbit, yes, his ears perk up and he seems quite interested in this. He says, ticks, you say. This is quite peculiar, yes, and most foreboding as well. You wouldn't happen to have any of these with you?
Of course, I saved a small sample here.
Okay, he would very much like to see those, and
Takes
to examining
the
them.
scent.
There you go. Yeah, he takes to examining them with the eyes of a scholar. But he also
filling him in and quizzing him at the same time and figuring out what is the extent of his knowledge. Is he smarter than me? Does he know medicine? Is he highly versed in the ways of Salumer? How is this guy?
Let me get mind, inquiry, and I would take. Does supernatural also include like religious study, or that'd be academics? I guess.
If you want to just be like me, career to careering him, we could do that too.
It could just be career if you want to use your career. I'd say mind, inquiry, career. Go right ahead.
That didn't roll the 2d6 as well. I think I clicked that too fast. But there we go. 3 successes.
Oh, 3 successes. Okay.
So how's he at his job that I also have?
As you size him up, you get the impression that this individual is kind of timid and has has a lot of experience being browbeaten, and so does not have any kind of self-confidence. But you do get the sense that he is a devout follower of Sa'alumer, and from the questions that he asks and the way that he handles this specimen that you hand to him, you get the feeling that he has some sort of scholarly training as well. A man of science, but you're not sure. You think that you've probably seen a lot more than he has in his days, and you wouldn't necessarily defer to him on most topics.
Okay, but he can definitely keep up, and that's, I think, the important part for the doctor here. So he's having fun just explaining things.
Yep. And the rabbit, who we're going to call, let's call him Brother Emilio.
Emilio.
Everyone needs a name. Yes, Brother Emilio is going to be wrapped up and engaged in your conversation. In the meantime, though, Connor, the Madame Bien is skeptical of your abilities, and she says, "No disrespect, sir, but I am here on a holy mission. I would not have your irregulars here interfere with it. So, if you don't mind, where I go is likely to be dangerous, and I would not want to place you or yours in any further danger. So I will take my man and follow in pursuit of this. I would ask if you would give us some time to conduct our own investigation of the area so that we may not lose the trail."
Madam, I am a knight. Warfare is my duty and obligation.
She says, "That may be, but I too am a knight," and she bristles a little bit at the possible implication that she is not a capable fighter. She says, "I cannot. I would not dare to impugn your honor, sir, but..."
And allow me to fight with you and my man, the cleric, as well. This brother is an experienced undead hunter. We have all been blooded in battle, and it would behoove us. We wish to see the scourge of the undead eliminated as much as you. So if you would not be so proud to accept our help, please allow us to travel with you.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do will and negotiation. I don't think you're necessarily taking rank or anything like that. I don't know if nobility would apply here, but if you still have your specialty with women, she is a woman.
That might help.
Could help. Ooh.
Damn it, I think I have a knack for this. Let me check. I do.
Haha.
Well, that 5 helped.
Yeah, okay. That is a success. She looks very skeptical. She says, experienced necromancy hunters, you say. This man of the cloth you travel with, he has a foreign accent. I'm not sure that I trust him, but I suppose that I will take your word for it. If you, if you can prove your own martial prowess. I challenge you to a duel, sir.
Him if you trust me, madam. I trust him. Though if you wish to test my prowess, we could spar right here, or instead, we could wait for a real fight to begin, and my skill will speak for itself.
You get the sense off of her that she has been itching for a fight for a good long time, and was expecting to find one at the end of her trail, and now is driven. So, although you speak very sensibly, and her rabbit companion Emilio tries to, get this point across to her. She brushes him off, and she will hop down from her mount, and you kind of like you can almost feel the ground shudder under her bulk as she lands with all of the size of her and her armor clattering, and she says, "Emilio." I said she already had her weapon drawn. She doesn't need Emilio to fetch her sword for her. So she says, "Yes, a contest. I think that would be the quickest way to gauge your abilities. Choose your weapon." Also, another excellent gif from the wonderful Robin Hood Men in Tights. Well played.
I will use this sword and this knife.
She nods, and she will fetch a shield, again bearing this crest of the Econ Shoe from the back of her mount, and she says, "Very well then, sir. We may begin at your leisure." And you just get like an eager sense of bloodlust from her.
So unbefitting of nobility to be so
Hey, man.
ill. But I won't humor her.
I'll just like tap Connor on the shoulder. Don't worry, I won't let you die here, just in case.
Much appreciated, Doctor. Much appreciated.
And maybe I'll try to save her too. I don't know.
Potter appears at your other side, and he has your weapons handy, your shield. Or you said you wanted your dagger as well.
Yes.
All right. The rest of the people here kind of instinctively form a combat circle, and the bear will slowly pace around you. And yeah, you have the first action. You could use it to focus if you'd like to let her go first. It's up to you. In fact,
I
I'm going to pull
will
out some tokens
certainly
here.
focus.
All right.
Oh no, they're back. The undead
They're
Drays.
I know. Oh, jeez.
Well, no, those were alive, remember?
The
The undead
live
ones are
Drays,
dead.
the dead Drays. The dead Drays are dead. Okay. And we're going to pull out a... we'll give her a sword token. Boom.
I'll just watch from this window floating in midair.
Cool. All right. Okay, so you're going to focus. She says, fine. What kind of a man are you to make me wait? And she's going to charge and take a swing at you with her sword. And...
I shall parry.
all right, here we go. Get to stat block. All right. What's a falchion? Falchion? Falchion?
A falchion
Yeah.
is a thick, single-bladed, single-edged sword.
Actually,
you-
Raph, falchions were made very thin so they could slice through cloth armor and carve petals and stuff.
Well, they're thin on one end, they're thick on the other end.
Aha,
So
okay.
they're wide, not thick.
Yeah, I mean, they're designed to be heavy. They have just one
Oh,
cutting
they're
edge.
light, actually. If you've seen any videos about them, they're very light weapons. They're about the same weight as an arming sword.
For a certain definition, yeah. I mean, basically, they only just I think the major rule is they just have one cutting edge. If it's
Gotcha.
got one edge, it's a falchion. If it has no edges, it's an astock.
Okay. All right then.
They're good, no nonsense swords. I mean, why do you need two edges anyway? What are you gonna do? Flip the blade?
It's a
Hit
fair
them on the
point.
backswing?
Right. So yeah. So anyway, she's wielding one of these. I might have lied. I don't think she's a shield. I assume she does. Everybody else in this frickin' book has a shield, but not the knight apparently. So that's fine. Cool. Anyway, so yes, she's going to take a swing. You said you were going to parry the swing. She is rolling.
Well, you can have a shield. It's just not part of the knight strapping.
Yeah.
Knight strapping gives you a metal shield.
Cover D12. No, she must have a shield. She just doesn't have shield fighter, which is the thing that a lot of people.
Oh yeah, no,
I would
you
assume
just
she would
carry it
have.
because it's extra cover at range.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyway, here we go. It's going to be 2d10. It would be damage plus 2. Whasha! Parry that. Ha ha!
I'm going to interrupt the guard.
Oh, you know what? This is. She's going to aim. I'm sorry. I'm going to roll another d12. Ha ha!
I'm going to
Okay.
reroll that guard die. When it comes up.
I got my 12. It looks like you're 9. Yep. Okay, so it's going to be 2 hits going through, 4 damage total from the blade.
Soaking 2.
Soaking 2. Okay. That will drop it down to hurt and afraid from the first blow. This actually, oh Jesus. Because this stat does not include the fact that she is a bear, and I believe she has the strength. She has strength. So I'm actually going to include a D8 on that as well.
It wouldn't get past the
But that
D9
one got
anyway.
screened out. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so the first blow is terrible to the point where it causes Potter to gasp and Emilio to go like, "My lady, hold, please!" And yeah, it is terrible to behold. Connor, you're not sure you want to continue, but you do have people who could rally you.
That should not have rolled the buckler. I don't know why it did.
Whoops.
But yeah.
I will do my rally from the sideline. Hey, that is 3, so you're not reeling, afraid, or hurt.
William,
That's
what are you
pretty good.
doing? It's unsightly to interrupt a duel.
Just don't
Show her her
respond.
place! I'm talking about
Oh,
uppity people out here.
oh man. Okay. Now I'll remind you too that this is because it's kind of like a non-lethal duel. It's basically to the yield. It's on you to decide when the duel is over. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well,
and that was her attack, so it's on you now.
I am also going to add in Flesh Ward to this. Go ahead and roll your will as well. You will have at least 3 Flesh Ward, maybe 4 if you succeed. Congratulations, you have 3 Flesh Ward here. I definitely don't want to see you dying out there. I'd be dishonored at this point.
All right. Well then, let's guard and attack.
All right, he's going to cautiously attack, and she is going to counterattack. She's here for a fight. She wants a fight. So she's not guarding or anything. It's just going to be 2d10 for her. Ooh, I like it. Although yours does, you get the 11. So you managed to catch her first with your attack. That looks like it would be a total of 3 damage, for which she will attempt to soak.
She's got the big armor.
She's got the big armor. Oh, geez, she's got the huge armor. She's rolling 3d10. Wow. Leave it to me, man. Okay, so she does take 2. Huh! Actually, at this point, can I tap toughness
You
and do that
could.
again? Do
Yep,
that
makes
again.
any damage weak.
Okay, that's better. She soaks it. She's reeling. Her. It's a mighty blow. Makes her take a step back, but she manages to avoid any real damage from it. She's going to recover, and she's going to guard and wait for her opportunity to lay in with another devastating blow. Connor, back to you.
All right. Let's aim and attack.
All right, now she's going to counter, but with the D12. Got my 9.
That D12 is going to get rerolled.
Okay. All right, this one comes up in my favor for 3 damage coming at you.
That's and I'm going to go reeling and lose a point of flesh ward.
Okay. And now it's back to her. She's going to press her attack. She's got you on the back foot, and she intends to drive you to the ground with this next blow. She's going to not guard. She's going to aim an attack for a D12 and 2D10, and you're reeling, so that's a bonus D8 and a bonus D8 for strength. So this is the one.
And because I threaten while reeling, I'm going to counter.
Oh, snap. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's 2D8, 2D10, and a D12 for her. Here it comes. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, that sucked. Okay. Feeling good, and then the dice betrayed me. All right, you got through. I see 3 damage coming through.
Yep.
Here's my 3d10. All right. Reeling, okay. It's your move.
All right. Recovering from reeling. And let's attack again. They're reeling, so I get an extra D8.
Yes, you do. And they can't counter. So I guess they will just try to parry. Ooh.
Reroll that D10 and roll my reeling die.
Okay. And they're parrying with 2d10 and a cover d12. Yowza. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. For some reason there's damage on the stat block, but that must be a typo. Because I don't think you can damage with a parry. 2d10 and a cover d12. Here we go.
The parry doesn't damage.
Right? Yeah, so... Well. Oh, okay. It was close, but that d12 is hard to stop. Although she does screen out the worst of the damage. But yeah, that's 3 damage coming at her, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Soak. And we managed to soak it all again. Okay. But yes, you have her on the back foot. She would still be reeling. I think at this point, Emilio is going to say, like, "Milady, please, please. It's quite clear that he is a match for you. They could be valuable allies." Bian is panting. She seems to be caught up in the fervor, the excitement of having a duel against a worthy adversary. But Emilio's shrill protests seem to cut through to her, and she says, "Fine, very well." She stands down. She will hand Emilio her falchion and say, "Sir Connor, you have proven yourself to be quite capable, and I suppose you deserve my respect, and your friends do as well. It would be a great honor if you would lend me your assistance in this purpose. If you are still interested in joining me on my quest."
Well, seeing as you're not likely to die in the first exchange with the zombie, I too would be glad to accompany you on this mission.
Very well. It appears that there's still some investigation to do here, and as the light wanes, perhaps we should make camp. If you think that is wise, Sir Connor.
we have 2 fine people for guard duty. I think it would behoove us to... Well, Doctor, what do you think? Is our quarry going to rest?
Well, they are at least a day ahead of us, and I assume that they are under no idea of any threat. Undoubtedly, they will rest too. At some point, though, we will have to hurry, I think, if we wanted to gain ground on them. Or else they arrive at their destination.
Yes. What say you? I believe we should press on.
She says, well, I think my trusty steed could carry us a little bit further if you all are willing.
I am. I cannot speak for my companions, though.
Clarification.
Yes.
We were met during our day's trek, right?
Yeah, during sort of the end. It was late afternoon, so
Right,
you
so pressing
probably have,
on
like,
would be another endurance in body check for the going fatigued again.
right.
Right, so that would just be a small... That would be what, a 1 test and then a 2 test? Per hour?
Yeah, I guess per hour, although you really only have, like 2 hours left of light out. And even though she's willing to keep going, we've established that, like, animals don't have night vision, and actually pushing through with the mount at night would be dangerous. So you would have to stop and rest soon anyway.
Well, for me, it's my concern is I have no endurance. After 1 hour, I'm done. So, and also, pointedly, even Connor himself knows that the last time we tried to push forwards, basically the entire party got exhausted. So,
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean push on all night, of course. We've got some daylight left. And we'll have time to rest, so we should recover right afterwards.
Assuming nothing happens in the night.
If we're lucky.
I mean, also assuming that whatever we're chasing is alive. They themselves could be strange and unusual.
Yeah.
The undead using dark magic themselves to raise themselves? Nonsense. Impossible.
Shouldn't we get, like, experts to deal with this?
We are the experts.
I'm not an expert.
Well, you're adjacent to an expert. Me.
You're not an expert. I don't even...
No, actually, I saw him take care of it. He walked in the room, demanded all the undead leave.
Got tied up, surrounded by afraid people.
He's an expert in dealing with the undead. Those were alive people.
Well, still, at any point, I guess if we are pressing forward, what do we do, Red?
Oh yeah, that's a funny point. Show me your credentials. What's your name?
Have this diploma from the School of Exorcism.
It says
yes,
to whom it may concern on it.
basically.
This man before you, name unknown.
Congratulations, blank line, for completing your 2 years of certification. Yeah, so if you guys decide to press further, there's, you spend a few more minutes in the campsite trying to gain your bearings, and as near as Lael can tell, they continued north, which at this point means soon you're going to bump back up against the Via Salutis, which you had initially intended to take towards Eloge. But yeah, with the 2 hours of trekking, let me get endurance rolls from people.
All right,
We're going to do 2 each. And the first one is going to be difficulty.
Well, I mean, after an hour,
work, right?
Dan is just going to stop. You guys keep going. I'll catch up with you later.
I gotcha. Okay.
This is body endurance, I would believe.
My favorite use for endurance is going to be hiking.
It's a good one.
The doctor's extra fine. Lael probably also should roll here, and they're probably even better off, honestly. Oh yeah, they have like extra dice. They can rote for 2 successes. Is that fine?
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Because he's a scout, probably.
Yeah, he has endurance on both his species and career, and he has hiking.
Oh, nice. Okay, then yeah, he could trek all day, no problem. Okay, so are you guys comfortable leaving Dan behind, and he'll catch up with you in the morning, I suppose? Yeah, I suppose.
I don't understand how he's going to catch up. We're just going to keep moving faster.
Yeah, I know. Which means
Point.
until you guys stop again, I'm not going to catch up with you. I'm just saying I'll catch up with you.
Well, if
Dan
you
can
want to
handle himself at least.
He's Dan the fighting man.
You just gotta keep rhythm. You gotta breathe in on every other step.
Is that the key? Okay.
Yeah,
Keep that in
totally.
mind.
You gotta have good breathing practices.
This is why you're never going to win a boxing match.
But I'll win the marathon.
Yeah, you're a runner, not a sprinter. I'll get to the finish line
I'm a
before you
jogger,
do.
really. Flipping through your notes.
Yeah, no, flipping through the rules because I just want to make sure that I'm trying to internalize this specifically.
It's one.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's fair.
if you're looking at the what we're doing now, it's the every hour, and it gets harder.
Yeah.
I could only make the first roll, which is why I
Right,
go
so-
for an hour, and then I say I'm done. I'm camping here.
Yeah, according to the spot rules, it's basically it's contested. So I'd be rolling 2d4 first hour, the second hour, and then we'd see how your guys measured up, which might be confusing now because you guys already made all of the rules. I'm just
Most
gonna
of
roll.
us rolled over 4 anyway.
Yeah,
Dan doesn't want to get fatigued. To be proactive, Dan doesn't want to be fatigued, and we can respect that.
yes,
Right.
yeah.
And I was only considering going for like an hour or two anyway,
Yeah,
just
so
so we make up a little
We
time.
do 1 extra hour. Besides, I'm not really sure what the time pressure is. So we're finally in Avoirdupois domain.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, the only reason there's any pressure is that if they happen to get someplace heavily populated and they blend into it, we lose complete track of them. That's it.
Well, yeah,
Or if they end up at another village and cause more disaster.
I defer to the experts on it.